I sent you those two links are kind of like a starting point. Like on those sites, you can find quite a lot of stuff. We need to keep on looking at the saas ideas and find one that we kind of have an interest in.
Yep.
And then start basically doing the research. Okay, what problems people have with these SaaS products, and then take it from there, basically.
I fucking love this idea, bro. The reel that I sent you is also, the on the fucking, I think, Instagram.
Yeah.
The guy literally said the same thing. I mean, that the conclusion we're reaching, right?
Yeah.
With this conversation is literally the same thing he said. Was he not? He was like look at the fucking. I think he was dealing with a car dealership.
Yeah.
And then he called up the people and hey, do you have this problem? And then he found the customer. They were, you know what I'm saying? If he built a product, they would pay for that cost. If they build a product, sorry.
Validation. Basically.
Yeah. They would pay for it, right?
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, it's a green light. I'll fucking build this product.
Yeah. Which building, I think for now, we have the skills. It's not a problem. I'm pretty sure we can. That part is I'm not really worried about.
Yeah.
Even though if there are parts of the product that we don't know how to implement, that we can find a way to implement it.
Yeah, but building is not a problem. I feel like we're competent enough, right?
Yeah.
To build whatever we need to. We will find a way. We will go to the corner. We will go to the fucking corner of the earth, different corner of the earth to kind of build it. It's
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The problem we have. Yeah.
Yeah, we should start looking at potential SaaS products that we might be interested in. But at the same time, I also want to try this kind of the other idea about the videography idea.
Okay, so I think there are three things. Okay, two things we mentioned. I want to rephrase this and summarize this so we have this captured. First big novel idea we mentioned was the video start with marketing, right?
Yeah.
Start with marketing because marketing is
always going to be useful. If you have an audience, if you build an audience that way, that audience is going to be that's kind of what you call it. That's wealth, basically.
That is right. More eyes, more attention is okay, cool.
Yeah.
The biggest idea is okay, one big novel idea we just reached out. The first one is spend your willpower. When you're fresh to the problem, spend it on the hardest problem first, which is marketing for us, right? And this is where the video comes in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think you literally just bought seconds ago. You bought a sub point on this particular thing. Is when you do that, you build an audience, your own audience, your own brand. So there is a thread that you can that you can kind of use when you do that as well. It's not only just building the thing. And the second idea we mentioned was hey, instead of thinking about ideas, SaaS ideas, new novel SaaS ideas, why don't we look at the current what's out there and what the problem is, because the assumption is not all products are perfect, right? Which I think is a valid assumption, to be honest, right? It's valid to assume that not all products are perfect. There are flaws in there, and then let's go there. Let's check out what the flaws are, and kind of go after that customer segment, right?
Yeah.
There's third point I want to bring out.
What is it?
The third point is, I think you briefly mentioned this, but I want to kind of extrapolate this to an actual point. It's there needs to be. I think people talk about product market fit a lot, but people don't talk about product owner market, product and owner fit. What I mean by that is do we resonate with the problem? I think you said hey, let's look for SaaS products that actually currently out there that we resonate with, right? I think that is one of the most that has to be another pillar that as just as important as everything else, don't you think?
Yeah.
Because my thesis and my argument against this is like, man, from my personal experience, I believe you can relate this to as well. It's like, if you don't have a strong emotion for that problem, right?
Yeah.
It's so easy to abandon, especially when things are going tough, you know?
I agree, yeah.
And like, you know, your health will come in problem, your priorities will come in problem, like, you know, my, like, girls might come in, like, in the middle, like, if the problem is not strong enough, if we don't care enough, then it's like so easy to abandon.
No, I agree, yeah. Which is why I said, like, we should find something that we're, like, interested in.
That's right. That's right.
Alright, so, like, the action on kind of, like, on the second idea, it's to start looking at, you know, SaaS products that, you know, a list of SaaS products. So that's, like, the first action for that idea, right?
Say that again?
So, like, we have two ideas, right? One is the video stuff, and the second idea, it's building a SaaS product that already exists, but is not perfect, right?
That's right.
So, we need to come up with actions, because, like, this is just, you know, like, a conversation like this, they'll just be conversations, like, without action, like,
right, okay.
You know, nothing's going to happen. So, like, what are the actions?
That's right, okay.
So I think that the action for the second idea, the first action for the second idea, is start looking at SaaS products that are already out there that we are potentially interested in. Come up with a list, and then have a chat when we collate the list.
That is right. Okay. Okay. So you mentioned action points for these two things, right? Yes. Okay. I think that's a very important point. Also, just to backtrack a little, I had one quick note, just a quick note on those two things before we kind of move on to action points. It's like, are these two things mutually exclusive? Meaning, are the video, like, you know, the video marketing thing, you know, like the marketing idea, right? And the SaaS product idea, right? Do they live in two different worlds completely, or are they actually connected? In a sense that, like, say we choose a SaaS product, right, that we really resonate with, that solves a particular problem for a particular customer in a niche, right?
Yeah.
We found it, right? Let's run back time and we say we found it. Is the video thing gonna be related? I feel like, is the video, you know, the video thing gonna relate? Are we gonna build an audience for that?
The video is quite different, but, like, if you think about it from a marketing perspective, it will be quite useful, because, like, let's say you came up with a SaaS product, right? And then you had a bit of audience, right? They were watching your videos, and then at the end of the video, you can say sponsored by, you know, X SaaS product.
Okay, I see.
So, like, you can mention your SaaS product in the video, and that's kind of like free marketing, isn't it?
That's right. And what I'm trying to say, okay, yeah, I 100% agree. 100% agree. If you have an audience, you can kind of say, like, sponsorship, like, you can kind of plug if the audience we're building, where my head is going is, like, if the audience we're building in the video platform, right, is completely different from what the SaaS product is, will the plug work or not? Like, meaning,
it doesn't really matter, because, like, the point of like, when you interview these people, someone would have an idea about opening a cleaning company, and someone would have, like, for a car valeting system. It's about the entrepreneurship mind. I think that's like the kind of the point of your channel, isn't it? And then the fact that we've created a SaaS, we're kind of like entrepreneurs.
Oh, right. Okay, so I see what you mean. Okay, cool.
So it's about kind of like your channel will be an inspiration to, hey, get out there and try something. Like, you know, it doesn't really matter what the business is about. It can be about, you know, it can be about cleaning. It can be about fuck knows what.
Okay, I see what you mean. I see. Okay, cool. I think yeah, cool. Okay,
If
makes
you
sense.
want to niche down to technology only, then yeah, I think you have like a, I don't know.
That makes sense. I totally did not connect those two. I meaning, when I was thinking about the video marketing, video channel like that we were thinking of, like marketing thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I did not connect the fact that we were settled on the fact we settled. We were so sure that we were gonna make a content about entrepreneurship where people can kind of like talk about their entrepreneurship dreams, their current projects, current business venture. Yeah, I was okay, cool. I thought that was just an idea, but that's the content we want to make, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And because we have such a like open, wide, thing that content we're making about, which kind of just falls into entrepreneurship, right? So SaaS is like any SaaS kind of like fits right in, like
It
plugs
just
right in,
falls into that, yeah.
because it's entrepreneurship.
Exactly.
See what you mean? Okay.
Because I think just if you just focus on tech, I think your audience would be smaller.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
maybe eventually we may realize, maybe it's better to focus on tech. But then you can just create another channel, can't you?
That's right. This is a good point. This is a good point. With the marketing thing, I like this idea too, because I think when I was doing my business, I learned I learned from different mentors that at first, when you do not know where to focus, go board, go board. And entrepreneurship is the fucking like a really bored, making content for entrepreneurship is like a really bored fucking topic. And maybe like you said, if you want to fucking niche down later, then you can just make a channel or fucking just divert the content.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Cool.
what's the first action for
All right. Okay. Yeah. In terms of action points, I mean, we got like fucking two big things right here. Obviously the video marketing, the video content, setting up the video content and whatnot, right? And the second thing, and the second thing we mentioned was, which just was important. Fucking on my brain, I'm thinking too many thoughts. It's like, oh, the second thing was we were mentioning was the SaaS, like going after a particular SaaS, like looking after, it's researching a fucking market that we resonate with.
Potential, SaaS products that we can rebuild.
And looking at the problems there, so like what the problems they're having.
I think maybe not look at the problems right now, just like find some SaaS products that we
resonate with,
exist that exist, and then we come up with a list, and then then we take it like that. Kind of researching what problems people are having with those SaaS products. That would be the next thing.
Yep. I totally agree. But
now it's just like coming up with a list of products that we're interested in.
Yeah, okay, I totally agree.
Because researching the problems of, it will take a long time.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, I totally agree. Okay, I see what you mean.
It probably wouldn't hurt, to maybe scratch the surface of researching the problems, but I wouldn't go too much into detail, because I think that's kind of like the next step.
Okay, sure. All right, so I really want I think what the natural step, the next action point that would kind of give us some sense of momentum, and that would help us build is for the second point, which is step the SaaS product thing, is as you suggested, let's build a fucking Google Sheet or somewhere we can track a product, right? A product, and the problem they're not the problem, there's maybe the problems they're solving, and just a link to the product. But let's not dive into what the problem the product has, because right, that
I mean, it's a pretty simple action anyway. So I think
Yeah.
I'll keep on looking on stuff. But yeah, I think I'm already on that action actually. Yeah, I've started looking.
And let's also quantify this. Like let's because now obviously we're engineers. Like we have to talk in terms of numbers, right? Like let's quantify this. Meaning let's give each product a score on like different categories, right? So like that is a good question. How do we score each of these SaaS product, right? One scoring metric would like one of the scoring feature would be like do we like, I don't know, like a simple off the top of my head, it would be like is this product something we enjoy, or is this problem something we would like to be solved, right? Out of 10, just give them a score, like say 5, right? Or another scoring metric, another scoring property could be, or feature could be like, is this something doable or like achievable or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Let's come up with like 5 different properties, right? And for each row or for each fucking product, we can sum the score up and get the total, right? And then when we have a fucking list of everything, we like basically the top 5 scoring will be the one we kind of like consider.
Yeah, I think that's pretty logical.
Right.
Pretty, yeah. I think it's quite a straightforward action, I think.
Yeah, it's a straightforward action.
So I think let's just not like spend too much time on this action, because I think we know what we need to do. I think it's more important if we come up with an action for the other idea.
This is for the content.
For the content, yeah. The thing is, like, the question is, are you sure you want to do this? Like, obviously, you're in the videos and stuff like that. If this,
I'm sure,
is too optimistic to say, like, if this goes like, viral, like, can you handle the pressure?
I'm sure I can do. I'm sure that I'm ready to do this because I have no fucking other options. I don't see.
Like with videos and stuff like this, like, there is obviously pressure. Like, if you post a content that like you weren't aware that it can like kind of upset some people or offend some people, like, can you handle that pressure? It's stuff like that you have to think about, because it's not always kind of like kind of what you call it, honey and milk.
Yeah.
Like, there are obviously downsides to stuff, like like at the end of the day you're filming stuff. You may film something that it can potentially upset some people, but you weren't aware of, like, and then you upset the audience, and then the hate in the comments and stuff like that. It's things like that you want to think about.
That is a very fucking good point you brought up, like, which is like, hey man, I think it's time to think about the downside, which I fucking like. Oh my god, thank you for bringing that up, because every time I'm so like optimistic about some ideas, like most of the times, like I forget to kind of like look at the downside, cons of it. It's a good thing that you mentioned that. Like, I think for the part 1 of the step, the plan, right, that we mentioned, as you mentioned, is like, you might get scrutiny for sometimes. You might get scrutinized, and that might come with like some pressure, or like on your plate, on my plate, right? And will you be okay? I think honestly that might be a problem for the future itself. Currently, we don't have problem for that, and if we do get that, it might be a good problem to have. Meaning, like, there's enough, there's enough eyeballs on us to actually even make that happen. You know what I'm saying? If there's like 20,000 people like scrutinizing me, like, shit, we have 20,000 eyeballs on us. Like,
the thing is, like, they can talk shit, but like at the end of the day, just ignore them. You can be on the other side of the planet, basically.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
people don't give a shit.
Yeah, people don't give a shit. I mean, even if they do, we can just change the content, apologize, and not make the same mistake again, right? But it's a good problem to have.
Right? Stuff like that, like, which is why I ask you to be sure.
That's a good point. Like, I mean, the only downside, I mean, that's a very good downside that you brought. I had never even thought of that for the part one of the step, which is content. The downside that was kind of playing on mine was like time and energy investment on this. Like, we got both, like we got full-time job, right? The downside would be like, yo, we will be like, we will have to spend time on this, like, we will be spending time and energy on this. And
I mean, yeah, I mean,
do we
that's, I think that's expected, isn't it? With everything that we do, even going out on a date, that's energy.
yeah, that's a downside. And like, are we willing to accept that downside, right? Like, our weekends will be taken away from this. We probably won't have, like, free time, or even like the financial side of things, right? We were talking about juggling the ideas about like hiring a editor, because fuck man, my editing skills is not perfect. And like I rather, like, I'm not a fucking editor, but like I don't, like, I'm kind of like, probably even you perhaps, we're kind of like, my cousin friend who did the UX UI thing.
Yeah.
We can throw around stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like there might be a bit of financial, like, might just fucking like throw like 20 quid or 30 quid per edit.
No, it's fine. I think,
I'm saying,
yeah, on Fiverr we can work out. I'm pretty sure we can work out that bit. I think the most important thing is like making the content.
okay, that's good. And okay, so for the video content, what would the action step be? I mean, actually, let's define the goal so we can kind of find out what the action step is, right? Like, what is the objective over here? Well,
the first step is probably, okay, I mean, content is important, but like the channels and the accounts, that's like even more important, right?
Yeah, let's make shall we like make shall we disconnect ourselves from like our personal accounts from this self, like, because we're building something new, right?
Probably, yeah.
So let's, like, instead of like posting on our like personal accounts, right, let's build a account. Our objective is to publish content, right?
Yeah.
So that is the objective, and build audience there, right?
Yeah.
Well, what do we have to do? Well, we need an account we need an accounts to kind of publish into, right?
Yeah.
And then we need to build content, right? Step 2.
Yeah.
Right? So any action steps should be, should try to, like, achieve these goals, or try to, go like descend towards this goal, right?
Yeah.
The account step is pretty simple. Just fucking create an account. Like, what the fuck? There's nothing much to it, right? So it's like creating content, right?
Yep.
So what do we need to kind of to create content? Well, content ideas.
Content ideas, yeah.
Right.
I think that's where the research part will, yeah, and what I mentioned last night, while I'm away, maybe you can look at like potential, scripts and stuff like that, like plan out.
Yeah. Do we have a clear, like, do we have some idea of, like, I think we do have some idea of, like, what directions or what type of content we want to make, right? Which is, like,
I think
or
maybe Simon's videos are like the closest one.
Yeah, we can use that. So we can use Simon's video as inspiration and kind of like try to mimic that, right? Because
obviously not be exact the same copy, like, but
yeah. Okay.
I mean, the ChatGPT may help with this idea. Like,
this is going to be a short form content, right? I really want to start with short form content first, because they take the least amount of energy and have the highest reward.
I think his videos are like a minute long, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And from our, short form content, we agree on this, right?
Yeah.
Short form content, and very similar to Simon's, let's fucking just like take Simon's as the gold standard for now, and like kind of like make a spin-off. So not obviously 100% copy cat, but like, use that as a huge inspiration to give us direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that sound okay to you?
Yep.
Okay. In terms of like, what's I gonna fucking say next? Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna say, okay, now that we have some direction and what content we're gonna make, from our previous experience, right? What, like, you know, we have. I mean, thank fucking God that we fucking did that video, you know, and we have like made a whole run. You know what I'm saying? Like we went out there, we recorded it, we edited it, we published it, right? The mistakes that we learned was like, I think one of the points that you brought up from the video, that the first iteration of our content making was like, I think the cuts, it wasn't a whole conversation. It was just like cuts, if that makes sense. Like, you know, it was just a question. I asked a question and then I cut together a lot of answers to make it like short and snappy, right?
Yep.
And what direction do we want to take? Does Simon, I've not watched many Simon video, but like enough to kind of know this, but like, does Simon make those similar cuts?
No, he just focuses on one person.
Just focuses on one person?
I mean, even with one person, if the conversation is too slow, like you can just cut out some, like, you know, like pauses in the conversation and stuff like that to make it a little bit faster. But yeah, he just focuses on one person. I think we should focus on one person.
Just focus on one person.
Eventually, you can combine something, like you can have like a video of, like, you know, if you're repeating the same question about kind of what advice would you give to, you know, young people starting up, and then like you can put one video of different people giving advice, right?
Yep.
Something like that. But I think, yeah, one person. We should focus on one person.
Okay, cool. All right, okay. Let's focus on one person and ask.
So yeah, your script should be targeted like that, basically.
Bro, what are you doing today? Do you have
I need to go and I need to go and help someone with. I think that they received some letter about pre-settled status and stuff. So there's been just a bit of confusion, and they want me to look at stuff like if I know what the issue is.
Okay, I see. What time are you going?
I'm going in about like I need to leave like in 5.
Oh, when will you be back?
Probably an hour or so.
Okay, you will be back in an hour?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm like, yo, bro, like, while you're gone, I'll prepare the scripts and let's fucking run the show today. Let's get the fucking iteration today. I'll bring out my camera.
That's enough time for you to come up with a script.
It will be like, honestly, it won't be like, I mean, fuck it. Like, I need to fuck it up once or twice and then...
Because, I mean, like, even if you write the script now, like, you have to wait a couple of weeks anyway, so it's not a big rush.
Honestly, I want to film it today and get it started right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but where are you gonna film it?
I'll come down to Bracknell, or, you know, we can do it somewhere in Reading. Not mine.
But we can't film now. Like, it's getting late. Like, we're not gonna find any people.
I want to run it past like 1 or 2. You know, I mean, we're not gonna have to upload it. Something like let's run the thing. Let's go through that circle again. Honestly, like, I'm so fucking hyped up.
I mean, even like we don't even have a stabilizer and stuff like that.
We can use the tripod and the phone. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like, let's just run the thing again and run the idea.
It's kind of like like, okay, if we were based in Shoreditch, and then yeah, why not? Like, go out there and you know that you come across a person that, you know, like with an entrepreneur mind, but like over here, it's like fuck off.
I know. Yeah, I get it.
Let's just leave it for when I come back.
Oh man, shit, I wanted to run that idea because I was like, just wanted to see. I wanted to do a practice run. So you're saying leave it for next time?
Leave it for next time, I think. I mean, it's already like 3 o'clock, man. It's gonna get dark, so.
I mean, you do have a point. I'm like, by the time I come to Bracknell,
yeah, and like I will be pretty rushed. Like by the time we meet, and then yeah, it's.
Yeah, that's yeah, sure. I also have to go to London today, like back home, so.
Yeah, so like it's not gonna work.
Okay.
But like say you have like a couple of weeks to prepare a script and stuff, so probably yeah, you can look at like some saas stuff, like the links that I sent you. Yeah. Have already done that.
Can we like have shall we? I want to have like some kind of like centralized place where we actually store information. like yeah, I mean, okay, so I'll just like let's make a, obviously for part 2, the step 2, let's make a um let's make some Excel sheet going on, right? um and yeah, and then we can kind of
like a Discord.
yeah, okay, yeah, we can share it on Discord or whatever, and then we can go from there. And I might also do some cold calling today just to kind of practice. I know cold calling doesn't work, but I'll fucking just like hit up some restaurants or whatever. Like just.
To do what?
I have no idea, bro. I'll be like, hey, I don't want to make an order.
It's Sunday as well. You don't want to be bothering people.
Honestly, I will just do it just because my like I want to gain my confidence. Like, you know, like how you hit up a girl, like hey,
Okay, yeah.
hey, do you use this thing? Do you use a feedback? I'll actually promote. I'll actually pitch your software currently. What was it called? Like
Quick response.
quick response. Yes. Yeah, I'll do that. Just to kind of have like, you know, play around and have fun kind of thing. I'll let you know how it goes. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, so that we're kind of aware of what actually next action steps are, right? For both of them.
Sorry?
We're kind of aware of what action steps are, right? Like for both of them.
We just get on with them.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Well, by the way, I'll get this. It's not really a script. It's just a bunch of questions, to be honest, right? And then like, you know, different questions for different scenarios.
I think it really depends. Kind of like, okay, like he says, "Oh, I want to start up a cleaning business." Then what? Like, you have to think on the feet, right?
Yep.
And like ask relevant questions, right? You can make a generic script that would work for like most
Yeah.
of the interviews, but like, yeah,
Okay.
I think that will come with experience thinking on your feet.
That's right. Yeah.
Watch some videos from Cyber, yeah, like watch like I don't know, like 20 videos, and then you get into kind of like the mind for those videos.
Sounds good.
But yeah,
Okay.
also read on those stats because I feel like, you know, while this content idea it's good, I think if you ask me, the priority would be I think the other idea would be like a priority 1, and this one would be a priority 2.
Oh, the video.
The video, yeah, but like not like a lot of kind of like a gap between the two.
Yeah. That's right. Okay.
Because yeah, with the second idea, approaching customers, I think that's kind of like what we have to do is just call them up, right?
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
email
Yeah,
them.
I'll literally start practicing today. I'll call them up. Like, fuck it.
Yeah,
I'll just like
'cause-
pitch your fucking quick response, whatever.
Because like, yeah,
But actually-
we don't really need like full marketing on that.
But actually, let me do it right now. Like, one sec. Fucking.
You can go type quick response.
Okay.
.co.uk.
Oh.
It's Sunday though, so a lot of like small businesses they don't even pick up because they're not working today. And yeah, local businesses that we target.
Okay. Bakery. Okay. So.
Did you open quick response?
One sec. Okay, this is a fucking restaurant, right?
Who's gonna pick up the receptionist?
I don't know. Let's have a fucking go. Like. Give me the number, you Google. Fucking hell. Okay, hold on a second. Give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna hit up someone with a fucking low, the very low like rating. So like, you know, I mean, I feel like they would be the one, right? Because looking to kind of improve their rating, would it not? Like, if you already have a 5-star fucking rating, like, why the fuck do you need, like, you know what I'm saying? That's not a problem. They have.
Yeah. So quick-response.co.uk if you want to find out more information about it.
Okay. Okay, hear this out. Okay, not restaurants, maybe like hairdressers. Okay.
But it's Sunday, they're closed, man. It just doesn't make any sense.
The Google tells me some are open.
They're closed in like 15 minutes. Anyway, if you want to take down the URL quick response.co.uk, but I need to go.
Because I had no practice.
Firstly, like, you called, but you didn't even know what you were asking. So.
Yeah, I know exactly. Like I had no fucking script, nothing like that.
That's why, like, you shouldn't rush.
Yeah. Okay, cool. But you know, it's fucking simple. It's the first iteration, whatever. Okay.
But anyway, I need to go. Really.
Okay. All right. Okay. Speak later. Ciao. Bye.
Cool. See ya.
Bye.